Oh man, didn't expect to see you guys twice in one day. Can we get a like for that double upload? And just as we talked about in the first upload, it's now been announced by Counterstrike, yes, for the first major of this year in June. It's going to be the Blast Austin Major. They finally announced it. Vertigo is out of here. Train is in. Give your reactions down below, as several pro players and of course community members have given theirs. It is about time. I hated this map. I hate a lot of maps out there because I'm not a very good player, but Vertigo was #1 on that list. Apparently One just likes to troll in his responses, but yes, Train is now back in and Vertigo is now out after a Shanghai Major playoff run, which I don't think we saw Vertigo whatsoever, and plenty of complaints around it. I would say this is a semi-W because a lot of people out there agreeing that Train still does need work, especially pro players, competitive-wise. This Train map does need reworking, but I would say overall step in the right direction. And of course, some people out there giving their other recommendations of what maps should be on out of here. Inferno, a hot option for a lot of people, and what maps should be pushed on back in. So what do you guys think about these map changes? What maps would you like to see in the competitive pool? And what maps do you think should be on out of there like Vertigo now is? I would say, you know, Sponge a few days ago was talking to Valve. A few days later, we get an update from them ahead of the major and ahead of the season about a map pool change. That's a pretty good timing out of Valve, who also changed their banner. Rest in peace. The Mapperoo is now gone. But speaking of some breaking news out there, the $200,000 EV tournament, the 2v2 CS tourney, featuring plenty of big names out there, including some up-and-comers and Spirit Academy members. We also had Donk M0nesy on the same team, which certainly wasn't fair, and it proved to not be fair. We had Simple and Perfecto and a bunch of other big names participate in this 200K tournament by EV, and it was great. I think it could definitely use some improvements on maybe the maps and modes, but I think it was great though, considering it's an off-season event, which we rarely see these players get to partake in. For $200,000 on the line and 3 weeks ahead of our first official tournament, I mean, given the travel schedule, we don't see events like this often. So overall, big W, and it was a big W as those grand finals came down between Donk M0nesy, the huge favorites throughout the entire event. They were doing damage, and it was Baz, who is on Spirit Academy, more of a streamer, and apparently does not want to be a pro player as of right now, and Kioske. I pronounce it Kioske. I've now heard this name pronounced 6 different times today, so I'm going to keep going it, or I'm going to call him Sook. I don't know what you guys want to say, but here's Donk M0nesy versus Baz and Kioske in the grand finals. Final map, absolute domination from the duo who you probably think was going to dominate.
Yeah, if they don't pull anything back, this might be the last 3 or 4 rounds we see.
Okay, at least we got a kill on the board. It's not 0-9, it's 110.
Yeah.
Door spam. Donk in the 1v1 against Baz. Baz has been clutch, but Donk is a monster right now. And he's just easily able to control it. 17-1. 10-1 scoreline. Last round of the half. This is mad CT sided. Donk proving why he's the #1. Youngest ever major champion. Youngest ever major MVP. Youngest ever dominant player. Rookie of the year. Absolutely everything. M0nesy gets himself one. Baz is going to die as well. Easy one tap. No problems at all. 11-1 first half. If this can go to a 4th map, I will be fucking confused.
It doesn't look like it. Oh. Like dry eyes as well. Start crying.
Who are you crying for?
I'm crying for Rip Baz and Kioske.
Yeah. Kioske is not nuke for him. But oh no. Oh no! Baz was trying to cover. Come on, Baz. Don't let it go down like this, bro. They're playing with the door. Oh no!
This wingman map is terrible. I kind of like. There was a couple of wingman maps that I liked. There was one, I can't remember the names of them because I played them like once or twice. And essentially, it was like a hole in the middle of a wall. You could like peek through in the middle of the map. I like that one. a little window. Okay, tournament life for Bass.
Bass the clutch.
Two best.
Oh, no, it's not happening. That is it. Your champions of the Everlone Duo Cup 2025, Donk M0nesy. Donkasy! 120,000 US dollars.
And I will say map 1 and 2 were a tad closer than Nuke was, but at the end of the day, it's Donk M0nesy, a best of 5 grand final 2v2 tournament. They have now won together a $120,000 grand prize. Also, Donk was given the MVP in a post-game interview with Banks. You guys should check out Banks on Twitch. His VOD has, it was awesome to watch. He also interviewed the guys afterward. Donk is splitting the MVP money with M0nesy, because that is one thing these guys both need. They need another MVP and they need more money, all right? But it's just so crazy seeing these two on the same team, and it is so unfair. Although Kioske, a lot of people talking about him as an up-and-comer, going to spend the rest of his, probably at least this year with Spirit Academy, and it seems like other teams, mostly just Spirit, are waiting on him to be good enough to upgrade to the main lineup, and they're not going to field offers from their teams out there. But seeing Donk and M0nesy play together was awesome, because while this was going down, we had the update around Train coming in and Vertigo going out, and so Donk, and I think maybe some others, but mainly Donk, gave his 2 cents on Train being in, which pretty much TLDR, he's like, yeah, it's good, but it definitely needs improvements. I think everyone is pretty much level on that statement.
Good friendships. Did you guys just see the news?
Good humble, I mean.
Good humble, yeah. Did you guys just see the news? Minus Vertigo plus Train.
Yeah, I knew it from the major.
Aha, happy?
After major finished, how to say как раздраб будет на английском, ёпта?
Как нахуй они, блядь? Разработчики, Banks, you know?
They told you guys.
The guys who
Valve.
Developer told me.
Yeah, Valve. Valve told you.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Haters, yeah.
Bro.
That's fair. That's better than it was in the past when they just shifted the map 1 week from another.
Yeah, old times, they did not tell players.
Anyways, you cannot practice it because you have break.
Yeah, everyone will start around the same time.
At least, IGL and coaches, they can start to theorize a little bit about it.
But map is kinda...
It needs a few updates, for sure.
Yeah,
it's not 100% ready. It feels like there's too few positions with removing both T Heaven, CT Heaven, and all of this from Train, and Pop is so slow to go to in rotation. It feels like you go outside, you're just in complete open, and CT have 2 positions they can stand, I feel like.
It seems to me like the new Ancient only. When Ancient only got to the CS, it was super city-sided map.
Yeah.
So it's kind of same, I guess, and they should just patch it, and it will be a nice map.
Steam, Дань.
I will certainly take more from that interview, so thanks to Banks, guys. Make sure to go check him out. He does a great job off-season and, of course, during the season as a talent, and we will be seeing him plenty of times throughout this season. I'll be using this interview more for some future videos this week on some talking points these guys had, which is a really fun conversation because he had Kioske, he had Baz, he had Donk and M0nesy all post-game interview, which was a really cool listen to hear from, 4 of the better players we saw, not just throughout this tournament, but certainly in CS. But some other side news out there also announced this morning, Heroic have parted ways with Nerds. Oh my gosh, where's he go? He's going to Liquid, okay? Because they announced it hours later. Liquid Nerds was expected weeks ago as him and Twist went back and forth, and he was just posting him drinking out of water bottles. So Liquid Nerds replacing Yakinder will be the finalized seeming roster for Team Liquid for 2025, which I think by a lot of eyes out there, of course, no offense as per usual to Yeki, I do hope he has a comeback this year. I think last year was a bit rough for him. But this is probably going to be a a steadily improved Team Liquid roster who still made a decent run of the major, and I'm always interested to see what Twist and the boy Naf can do over there. But we'll see where that roster does develop. Liquid Nerds has now been confirmed. Donk M0nesy coming away with a $200,000 2v2 tournament title before the season even begins. And yes, Vertigo is now bye-bye. Till next time, hope you guys all enjoy. Thank you all for watching. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll see you in 4 hours when more news breaks. I'm just strapped to the frickin' desk here to break CS news. Till next time, take care. We'll see you soon.